Hi, this is Rachel, and I just got off of a phone call with Aaron, the group's Kingpin. And so we talked about a lot, and not all of these are my ideas, but this is part of the conversation that we had. And so I wanted to call a meeting, and or if other INFJs watch this video, or other personality types, you can see what INFJs talk to INFJs about. So anyway, if you want to be a part of this group, you can contact me with my email in the description, and or go to ReJoyce channel. That's capital R, lowercase e, capital J, OYCE. Now she can get you in touch with this group as well. So anyway, the topic is, don't give them what's on your menu. So a lot of INFJs, because Aaron and I talk to a lot of INFJs. I keep in contact with INFJs. I try to keep in consistent contact with them, unless they're, showing behaviors that, they just want their space. So a lot of INFJs are like, they meet somebody that they like, and there's a lot of times they're like, will you love me? Will you love me? I have all this stuff. Look at the menu. I have everything. So if I give you everything on your menu, I want you to love me. You can love me. Look at all this wonderful stuff on this menu. But you're going out of your way to show somebody right off the bat the wonderful things about you. Now, this is one of the ways that INFJs get taken advantage of, is they just show who they are off the bat with people they really like, or they want to get close to, because they all want to be loved. So you're trying to prove yourself right off the bat. You're doing too much. So, that's how you're giving away your power. You're saying, hey, here's a list of stuff about me. This is all this stuff about me. You can see what I have to offer, and you can see what you can take advantage of. Here you go. Here's a menu. I just met you. I want you to love me, and you can love me because I'm showing you my menu. I'm showing you all this stuff. I'm being upfront about it. I'm being authentic. I'm being vulnerable and transparent. So anyway, but what happens is when they look at the menu, they don't see, hey, this person's attractive, this person's nice, they're loyal, they have all these things to offer, they're very helpful, caring. They don't look at the menu the way you do. That's how you're looking at your own menu. They're looking at it like, hey, I like my meat and potatoes, so I see that they offer all these expensive cuts of meat on her menu, and she's got bottomless potatoes. So they're going to be the ones who are sitting there all the time getting them bottomless potatoes and talking you into giving them, all the meat specials and discounts. And then some of these people are going to treat your menu and what you have to offer, turn it around and put it on you like something's wrong with you. So for example, if you offer salads, and you have all these wonderful salads, and this person's had the salad, they're here again to have another salad off your menu, and all of a sudden you hear them freaking out, and they're trying to say that there's a bug in your damn salad, and then they're gone and you don't see them again. There was no damn bug in the first place. They're trying to make it your problem. They're trying to make it seem like they have a good excuse to leave and ditch you. Some people might just know what you have on the menu because you don't have anything to hide. You just are who you are. You're being yourself. But they're going to lie, and they're going to make promises, and they're going to persist until they get what they want. You're showing them something you want. I don't know how to explain this very well unless I explain how one person will chase another person in a relationship, or you just want to have, a temporary experience with them. They're going to lie and they're going to promise and they're going to be very persistent, but it doesn't change who they are. It's just what they're saying. They know what you have to offer. So anyway, I'm not sure if I'm even really making any sense, but there was a lot of things that we had talked about. Now, we had talked about the facade. The facade that, because a lot of INFJs have abusive childhoods, and mental and emotional stuff does not heal. It's like leaving a scar behind, a constant reminder. So the facade that this INFJ Aaron and I were talking about, because he's the kingpin and I'm the CEO, the facade is when we can relate to somebody else, so we can relate to them and be like, hey, we know how this feels, so they must be going through more than we have, or they must be going through something that we have to help them with. But the truth is, they probably haven't been through as much as you have. So don't fall for the facade. Because if you need help, these are not the type of people that will help you. So it's important to keep the garden wall up. They can still see how wonderful you are, and you can still share that with them. But you're just going to be the roses behind the the gate. They won't be able to pick you. They won't be able to ruin you. They won't be able to, step on you. You can still be that wonderful rose behind the fence. So anyway, I'm not trying to say you shouldn't share who you are with people. It's just a facade, like what Aaron was saying. If we're all equal, and you're saying you're equal because you can relate to them. If we're all equal, how come one person can have $100,000 and then it takes 10 people with $1,000 to make up for that one person? There's nothing equal about it. It's a facade. It's fake. It's just an idea. We're not all equal. And people that think different than us means that we need to adjust ourselves. So, I know it's not fair to say, hey, we got to do something else. But the truth is, you're not going to do anybody any good if you're not taking care of yourself. So, I'm kind of losing my train of thought. It was a long conversation that Aaron and I had. Now, a lot of these are his ideas. I'm not going to say that they were mine. But anyway, this is because we talked to other INFJs. And a lot of INFJs have had, extreme childhoods. And, if we would have had normal childhoods, we would have had a lot more. So, more good things. So, maybe people would have had more money. Maybe people would be happily married if they didn't have these things in their childhood. But the truth is, you can start over today. So you can start over by saying, hey, I'm going to adjust myself to where I'm not getting stepped on. I'm not showing people the menu off the bat. You know what I mean? You can say, hey, I got some root beer and some ice cream, and I'll share that with you. But you're not trying to show them your breakfast, lunch, and dinner menu. They can enjoy that part of you that's the root beer and the ice cream in it. But don't show everything, and don't worry about having to prove yourself. Hey, I need you to love me. You love me. I'm so wonderful. I just want love. I just want acceptance. Because with those other personalities, we're probably not going to get that kind of acceptance. Or there'll be a facade where, they're there until they can get what they want, and then they're gone. And it happens to so many of us. And I thought it was important enough to call a little group to let people know you don't have to show everybody everything. You're basically letting them know how to take advantage of you. And if you have the type of menu that has, like bottomless fries, like, bottomless potatoes or whatever, or pancakes, they already know that you have an unlimited amount of energy in that area. And when people know that you're willing to put yourself out there and they didn't do anything to get to know you that well, and they didn't do anything in the first place, they're not even showing their menu, it's not going to work out good. It doesn't fit. They have their own way of thinking. We have our own way of thinking. And that's one reason why this group is so important and such a big thing. Look, when I'm upset, I got INFJs have my back. When someone makes a negative comment about me, there's a couple times where INFJs have my back on my channel. And if they need my help or if I need to listen to them or anything, I will. It's in return. We're not taking advantage of each other, and we're being there for each other, and we don't even really know each other because we think like each other. So not everybody's going to be like that. Don't give up your power. Don't say, hey, here's my whole inventory list of my power. Because then they know they can take 25% here until that's gone. And then they can take the 75% here until that's gone. They got unlimited excess of your energy from here. Don't do it. You don't even have to. Most of the people in the world are not doing things like that anyway. It doesn't mean that you're not special. It doesn't mean that you're not a giving person. It doesn't mean that you're not spiritual or gifted or anything. Whatever it is that you're worried about what other people think, don't worry about it. I promise you. There are things that should be considered, but that's not part of this topic. There are things that should be considered about other people's opinion, like trying to take care of yourself, having good hygiene, maybe put some lipstick on, something like that, like having a good physical appearance and healthy appearance to the outside world. Hey, that's fine, but that's not what I mean by that for this topic. So anyway, I hope this helps somebody. You can start today. Today is your second chance. So if hey, people are always taking advantage of me like this, or I keep attracting narcissists, or I keep doing this. There's something you can learn inside yourself, and there's something that you can work on doing, and you can start today. And if you work on 1% every day, like, hey, I'm going to be 1% better in how I do stuff around the house. I'm going to be 1% better about, how I communicate with people. I'm going to be 1% better about how efficient I'm doing this. I'm going to be 1% better about whatever. It's not going to take up all your energy. You're going to feel more confident, and you're going to practice your own boundaries, and you're going to be able to practice having that fence up where people can still speak to you, they can still see you, you can still share things about you, but you're not allowing them to get that close. So I hope this helps people, because I know that a lot of INFJs are struggling right now. And I'm telling you that there's been some kind of weird INFJ awakening. And I don't know how or why this is happening, but it's almost like we're all getting called out. And so that's the point of this group. And another good thing about this group is it's not a computer-generated email. This is one-on-one actual person emailing and talking to you, and or calling you, and or communicating with you from channel to channel. So we are real people. It's not an email that goes out to 1,500 people. And you can ask stuff. Even if you're not an INFJ, you can still say, hey, I'm not an INFJ, but I know this group is, and I would like advice on this, because that's as far as we're willing to go. with this group is to share our knowledge, because like I said, this group has a fence around the roses. So there's 3 levels of it. There's a close INFJ, where we're close to each other. Then, there's people that may not want to be so involved, or they might be on the fence about where they're at and if they're an INFJ or not. They're a little more distant from us. They're not in the closed group. And then there's the third part of it. The third layer is anybody else coming to us for questions, concerns, advice, and or channel requests, for helping you with your INFJ friend, your INFJ wife, or whoever it is that's INFJ that's important to you. Because when we're helping you with an INFJ, we're helping INFJs. So I hope somebody gets something out of this message, and I appreciate it. And thanks for letting me call this meeting.